Happy holidays, everyone. It's me, Biz.
It's me, Lunar.
And I'm newcomer Baron Nightingale. I'm deeply apologize, but Lord Bloodstrike took a long leave of absence.
He got me the sun.
I mean, that's one way to put it, but
Yeah.
yes.
Look, he was asking for a raise, and I wasn't even paying him, so yeah.
I mean, when the raise is orphan children, I feel like the throwing in the sun aspect is kind of warranted.
Yeah, especially during the holiday
Don't worry,
season.
He's a vampire.
Yeah,
Don't worry, he's a vampire. He died on impact. Actually, he died before impact because...
direct sunlight. Anyway, and also, if you're wondering what Christmas has to do with vampires, Nosferatu's coming out this month anyway, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually going to check that out with my family. So, we are going to watch What If, Season 2, Episode 3, What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas? But, though, honestly, I think the real one is, as Baron called it,
What if Justin Hammer was relevant outside of one movie?
yeah, no, don't get us wrong. We do like this episode, but yeah, some of the titles are very clearly like, okay, yeah, you just like the sound of it, but it actually is not the actual thing going on in this What If story.
Exactly. Remember that What If Marvel Zombies, where it was turned out to just be Frankensteins and everyone lost their minds?
Yep. Or with the whole, like, what if Stephen Strange, didn't lose his hands? Like, no, it's what if his girlfriend didn't break up with him? Because they were together in the beginning of the movie. So yeah, like, it's like, oh, if they dated, she probably would have died during the whole thing. On my mark, we're going to start. You could either watch with us on Disney Plus, or maybe you have it in the app, or you're like, yeah, screw it, I'm just going to listen to this like a podcast. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Okay, just kind of loading here. Get the Disney Plus logo. And yeah,
I like the English angle version of the thing.
Yeah, and I'm which I kind of dug. I like that Marvel that year once again wanted to do another Christmas episode since they knew I think it was all because they saw how great the Guardians one was, so they're like, yeah, screw it, we're gonna make another Christmas episode.
I want to.
Yep.
They're trying to do Santa's job, are we?
Yep. I'm actually surprised I'm surprised we've never really done like a Marvel story where like kind of like how in DC in some interpretations like Superman is Santa for a day. I'm surprised we haven't done one where like a Marvel character is the exact same thing. And and then we see the action. Yep.
Oh.
Elf Captain America.
It's Captain Elf. Captain Elf.
And the Black Sugar Plum Fairy.
Hey.
Yep.
And of course, we have Happy Wand Puppet Pals.
Oh god, yeah, he's the infraggable Kronk.
Oh god.
Yep. Now we have the opening here, which I dig the opening, though I won't lie. A part of me always wished that, during the whole thing when they're showing off the characters, I wish that some of the images would transition to what if imagery. Like when like, I don't know, like you show an image of Thor and maybe it changes to the party Thor, or if they show
Ironman.
Yeah.
Turns into
Like it would have been kind of cool to see that. Yeah, we see a little glimpses of what we'd be seeing this season. And yeah, Awatu shows up to do his big moment to ask you the question, what if?
Personally, when it comes to what if, there is one episode I hope we do get eventually. What if Donald Blake was Thor? But remember, they do establish in the MCU, even in Thor's first movie, he is a separate person, a completely separate person.
Yeah.
But he looks like, which is the crazy part.
Yeah. I kind of doubt it, though, because unfortunately, and of course, freaking Tony Stark puts a hat on the tower. Yeah, I kind of doubt it, though, because as cool as that would be, apparently, yeah, we're, like, the season 3 will be the final season, and I feel like if Donald Blake was going to show up, they would let us know Donald Blake was going to show up. And, yeah, we see...
that sucks.
Oh, hi, Darcy.
Not necessarily.
Also,
not necessarily, because when you get down to it, show of hands, how many non-comic readers know who Donald Blake is?
That point, but...
This is true.
Yeah. Like, maybe newcomers, because, because he did make a big comeback during the Donny Cates run.
Which is great. You need to read it. I can't recommend it enough.
Yep. And yeah, so I think in this episode, this probably had like the most returning actors in here because, of course, we got Kat Dennings, we got Favreau. I think the only ones who weren't back for this one were of course Chris and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
But even then, if they could.
Yep. Oh.
And here we have Maria Hill, who is thankfully in the MCU not a colossal B word.
Yeah, Maria. This is.
I'm not going to say the word. I have class.
Yeah, plus it's the holiday season, man. Let's PG this up just a little bit. But yeah, Maria Hill in the MCU is better in this in like the MCU in general because yeah, she's not freaking Psycho.
She's not Nick Fury, but worse.
Yeah. And yeah, so we see, like, of course, we see the setup of, like, the big, of Justin Hammer, who, yeah, to those who, to those who don't know, Justin Hammer in the comics is actually, like, the very opposite of what this guy is.
Weirdly enough, this guy reminds me of more?
Who?
Obadiah Stane. Comic Obadiah Stane.
Actually, yeah, no, you're right. He is kind of very, like, I'm kind of, like, honestly, imagine this. Like, if they actually decide to swap out the two, like, instead of having, like, Obadiah being an Iron Man 1, they actually had Justin Hammer in that one. But, and I know people would say, well, then he's not Ironmonger. To be fair, the Iron Man villains have been switching up identities for a while now. I mean, they made Whiplash into, like, the son of the Crimson Dynamo in the MCU, and they had her then later retcon it. Yeah.
Which I hate, by the way, because that robs a lot of good potential stuff for Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah. Which apparently they did want to do something with them, but luckily there are other Crimson Dynamos in like the comics, so maybe we'll see a Crimson Dynamo. We probably won't see anyone from his family, from the original family, though. And yeah, so Justin Hammer...
I'm super down for Dimitri in the show, but anyways,
yeah.
So cute.
And of course, Hammer quite literally just ripping off A Christmas Story.
Yes.
Yep. I will say this. There was one thing I was a little disappointed about when it came to Justin Hammer. I kind of want him to say, to have him go, bring me my detonators. I mean, it's Die Hard, man. Come on.
God, yeah.
Yes. I can imagine one of the dudes going like, boss, really? Die Hard references here?
Yeah. I mean, they all know what they're doing. Like, this episode is so self-aware. Why was I struggling with saying that? Yeah, no, it's very self-aware because, yeah, they know what they're in. They know what this story is. And yeah, we see Justin Hammer. He is able to take over the Iron Legion here. Which, yeah, again, this episode, I feel like could have been canon, to be honest. Like...
It really feels like it could have been.
Yeah, because this...
Actually, that could have been. It should be.
Yeah, because this takes place... Because they make it very clear. This takes place after the first Avengers movie, before Age of Ultron, because the Legion's here, they're all still in New York, and the roster is pretty much the OG roster.
And, like, it would also make...
easily say...
Yeah, it could easily say that this could be another reason why Tony starts getting paranoid about his armors and everything, too.
Yep. Also, like...
stronger than 12 Captain Americas. This goes to show why Justin Hammer kind of sucks as a villain. You could have said stronger than 12 Hulks, stronger than 12 Thors. You go for Cap.
Yeah, like, yeah, Cap's tough.
It's just a little low.
Yeah, I mean, Cap's tough and everything, but, dude, like, Banner destroyed, like, literal, like, warships in the Avengers movie. We all saw it. There was video footage of it.
And Thor is a literal god.
Yeah.
I think that weirdly plays into Hammer's narcissism, too, in a weird way. Because he just absolutely cannot process the idea of things stronger than him. So he breaks it down to just simple human stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we see Happy here. He is just trying his best to, like, be the best Bruce Willis possible.
Okay, I love his little dance jig here.
Yeah.
Also, is it just me, or has it been recently with, like, Iron Man adaptations that Justin Hammer and Obadiah Stane seem to be switching places?
Yeah, no, they really...
the movies.
Yeah, they really are, because the only time, like, Justin Hammer did not feel like... I a copy of Stain was really in Iron Man Armored Adventures of all things, where they still made him a young man, but he wasn't like the MCU version. He was like this really annoying like rich kid who just like had a generic rich kid accent, like "Oh, Iron Man," like, which I feel like was a callback to how he was portrayed in the original animated series, where he also had that same voice, but they had him be an old man.
Yeah, and I think that for a guy that's supposed to be such a big league villain for Iron Man in the comics and all, his stuff in Adventure felt like filler.
Yeah, and they made him and they even made him Titanium Man, which like I thought was kind of neat, but no, it really went nowhere for him. And instead, the main focus stayed with both the Mandarin and sort of AIM, and also occasionally like some other one-off villain.
Or Obadiah Stane's family.
Which also went through some major retcons. But I don't know why we talk. Okay, we're talking about talking about Armored Adventures while we should be talking about this. But to be fair, it's mostly just Happy trying to be very stealthy during this whole thing. And of course, Justin Hammer, who is pretty much like feeling like he's in full control here, as Hill doesn't really have anything to beat him right now.
I mean,
Does this mean she's the Ellis of this story?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, she's the Ellis and the oh god, I can't. What was her name again? The wife?
Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of the wife.
Oh god, I'm even blanking on it. No, I don't remember Ellis, but not McClane's wife.
Man, Jake Peralta, we are not. Points if anyone gets what we're talking about. Oh, yep.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Happy.
Yep. And
yeah, you gotta love how he just immediately goes for I could take anything else, but I'm gonna go for the thing that could literally turn me into a giant monster that I might not have control over.
Yep. And of course for this scene, it's also kind of a reference to the glass scene where where John gets his like feet all cut up and he's trying to he's wobbling around trying to not get hurt too much.
Yep.
What the?
Yep.
Oh, was that can't remember, was that Black Widow's gas pellets or something?
I'm guessing.
Because I mean, the only thing that it would have had to have been could have been Pym stuff or whatever, but that doesn't make any. But
Pym's not. Pym's not a thing here. Behold his golden, I mean purple leg. You make a killing in soccer.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. We also see some other stuff in the background. Some costumes, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Clint's Avengers era costume.
Yeah.
From the first movie.
Yeah, you gotta imagine, again, since this is apparently in a different universe, even though, again, this could have easily been canon, you gotta wonder, how do you think Happy would have treated Peter, since he kind of goes through a similar situation that Peter went through in Homecoming, where, he tried to call them, but no one took him seriously.
I feel like he would have sympathized, but ultimately, in the end, he would have treated it as he would have probably forgot about it, because let's be honest, we all love Happy, but he's not the brightest guy.
Yeah. Also, we see here that, Natasha is in the middle of taking out an assassin during a performance of the Nutcracker Suite, which that alone could be, I really did, sometimes, some of these moments of the Avengers, I kind of wish were also just their own episode, because, see...
Tony Stark is Santa.
Yeah, Tony Stark as Santa, Clint having, having a Jingle All the Way moment. And, of course...
It's Iron Man time.
Yep. Because, and, Bruce is helping him out, which I'm like, Bruce, out of all... I know you're trying to be a good friend to help Clint out, but I don't think you'll really want to be in a store on Christmas Eve getting, a sold-out toy.
Also, can we just admit that Happy at this point looks like an action figure you just take the other arms and legs off of and stick them on another at this point?
I feel like with Iron Man toys that would be the case. Because they have different Iron Man armors that they show off later. True.
Oh, also, real quick fun fact. So, neat thing, this is not Happy Hogan's first time with gamma mutations.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a giant reference to the Freak.
Yep. Though,
Short-lived, but yes, he has been a Hulk before.
yep.
Which means he has seen the Green Door. Oh my God, he has seen the Green Door.
Oh, yeah. Though, well, actually,
that
there.
is a voice reference.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, well, to be fair, Happy's.
Surprise.
Yeah, well, think about this. Happy's still dead. Yeah, unfortunately, to those who don't read the comics, yeah, Happy Hogan died during Civil War, and they did not bring him back. They have his son, but
He does have a kid, though.
Yeah, he has a
His
son.
son's Teen Abomination.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird when you think about that. Like, his dad was an Iron Man adjacent dude, brief time was a Hulk, but then, he's like Abomination for some reason.
Which, personally, I would have called him Teen Freak, because again, like, Happy's main gamma thing is the Freak.
Yeah, and that could have easily been the explanation of, like, why he had powers. Like, no, you cured my dad for the most part, but they were still in the gene. Of course, they have a costume making machine.
I actually completely buy Tony would make that.
Well, he made one for Peter, apparently, during the whole, No Way Home before he died.
And here's another Die Hard classic.
Yep.
Just replace the fire hose with full spandex.
Yep. Spandex are friends. Hey, remember, spandex are friends to Hulks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well about She-Hulk. That was very much true.
Oh my God. Really, there actually is a subtle Hulk reference here too, with Happy just having a regular head on the Hulk body there for a minute. Because during the early 60s, yeah, that was the thing for Hulk. Bruce had to wear a latex Hulk mask. When keep in mind, early Hulk, before they figured out his deal, was really weird at times.
He could fly. You don't even need to go further than he could fly.
Yep, and yeah, of course, Happy here, who, funny enough, if anyone's wondering what the Freak's deal was, the Freak was kind of more like a villain, but an unintentional villain. This version of the Freak here is more akin to, oddly enough, Ben Grimm. Which I don't mind. I like it.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ben.
Toxic Avenger, because let's be honest here, the face, he's got a droopy eye, but with the mouth shape and everything, he looks like a purple Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Of course they play it.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta play it. You gotta play at least once.
And any Die Hard reference.
Yeah, and it'd feel weird without it. Like, the only time I think that no one did it was in Rick and Morty, and that was because, well, they're poking fun of, Die Hard parodies.
That's because, let's all remember, Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard. You can't just do a Die Hard by shouting Die Hard.
Yep. Again, I totally buy this actually happening, and just imagine Darcy actually stuck around in Love and Thunder and is like, hey, don't worry, I literally fought an army of pissed off Iron Men during Christmas.
I could imagine.
I think I realized why. Sorry.
Could you imagine Jane's face when she says that?
Yeah, it'd be like that scene in Ghostbusters when they do the whole Ghostbusters 2 when he goes, I also turned to a dog and they helped me, and the judge just looks at him like, what is your problem?
Yes.
Yep.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. I think that's one reason why this probably wouldn't be made canon at any point is when you realize Bruce would not react like he did to Jen getting hulking out. Given what happened with Happy here, where he was like, oh, so you're like Happy. Just again, having complete control over the transformation.
Yeah. Well, okay, with Happy.
How jealous Bruce had. I never thought about this. Bruce would obviously be super jealous of everyone that has better control over their homes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Happy, you could argue it's because this was an untested serum yet. So, and that serum, I'm guessing, was going to be used to, I guess that was the one that he used to, stabilize the Hulk. So maybe that's why he wouldn't be so shocked. But again, we're just... Oh, yeah, ho, ho, ho.
Now I've got a machine gun.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Which...
Or in this case, now I'm a Hulk. Ho, ho, ho.
Yep. And he...
Also, this also does a lot to show how strong a Hulk actually is, considering we've seen the damage Ironman are taken on, and Freak's just demolishing them.
Yep. Like,
Name drop.
yep. Also, yeah, like, yeah, Stane's getting ready to, like, you know, take the big, get the big guns, which I'm guessing though
I thought Sting was dead.
Okay, who was dead?
You said Stain. I said weird. I thought Stain was dead.
Oh, sorry. Well, we kept talking about Stain. I meant
we were talking about earlier. They're interchangeable at this point.
Yeah. No, sorry. I meant Hammer. Yeah. So you can see Hammer's going down to the armory and stuff, and like again, you know exactly when this takes place. You could say the Hulkbuster armor probably didn't go out into space until much later. Like it was probably this was probably the test run.
I say easily could have been just like a test run spot for it and everything. Yeah. Again, who would break into Avengers Manor? Justin Hammer.
Yep. Also, this is again like, you know, behold, PG gore. Like they're robots, so no one gives a rat's ass. But
hey, he just did a full Earth the Clown on that one.
Yep. Just.
And keep in mind, these are all without Jarvis or Ultron's AI. He made that one Stark armor Legionnaire fear for his life.
Yeah, like he was so terrifying. This AI system evolved to gain a sense of fear.
Like, oh no.
Yeah. And of course we have the cool standoff and stuff.
And of course he called him Hulk Hogan, which I'm surprised I didn't have he knew it was coming.
Yeah. I'm surprised that's never been a thing. And okay, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, it was out in space, but still, it's been a while since I watched it. But yeah, still, this is pretty cool. And yeah, this is probably the first time that they've seen the suit in this version.
Also, they called it the Hulkbuster instead of Veronica.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So early production of it, so they probably had no idea what they were going to call it. And Tony probably wouldn't want to call it Hulkbuster in front of Bruce.
I was about to say, everyone else, I really imagine Bruce wouldn't mind calling it Hulkbuster, but Tony would never just name an AI something that simple.
Yeah.
Simple. He would absolutely have named it, again, Veronica, Jarvis, Friday.
Yep, and yeah, he hits him so hard he landed he's falling out, and then yeah, this is the whole all is lost moment. Oh, never mind. He goes in and saves them. So, yep. And again, this is a cool. I really this is something I always wish we'd see more of when it comes to superhero stuff in general. I would love to see more holiday focused stories. Doesn't have to do it every season, but at least do one. I kind of feel like we've missed out on that a lot lately with more recent stuff.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know, just the image of a guy in Iron Man armor fighting a semi. Oh my god, I forgot about Werner. With the other AIs, I kind of get why, because, Tony in his heart, he was always kind of a player, so of course his AIs would all be voiced by, by women. But in here, I'm like, why did Tony have Werner Herzog? Is he just a big fan? I'm not complaining.
Well, to be fair, I think if anything in movies have shown, he's a big cinephile. Remember his Leatherhouse, Point Break?
Oh, yeah, true.
Tony's a huge cinephile. Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
Yep. Yep.
And something I also kind of like too about Freak's thing here, he's not really attacking with any strategy. He's just pounding the crap out of everything.
Yep. Which also it
kind of shows. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, yeah, no. I was gonna say, yeah, but also shows the armor wasn't ready yet because, yeah, he it's not able to take on a guy who's just flailing around, so it wasn't ready to fight the Hulk yet. And the Avengers come in.
There's no way Happy's just as strong as Bruce. There's no way.
Oh, Bruce! I love the fact that Bruce decides I'm gonna sit this out, which I'm like, I mean, I on one hand I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a dick move, but on the other hand, makes sense. I mean, like
I
again,
mean,
he needs Natasha's help to calm him down, so it'd probably be a little bit too dangerous.
plus two, the last time he fought someone sort of on his level, well, his words, Carl him.
Yeah. So, yep. And also, like, just consider this: everyone except for Tony did not switch their costumes. Like they literally just stayed in like what they were wearing during their missions and the jobs.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, I just like how Tony just looks at Justin and just goes,
Yep.
Hammer? Really? It just deactivates his threat.
Up. Oh yeah, in this moment.
Yay, Hammerfall.
Yep. Hey, nice reference. Hey, unintentional reference to 29.9. Good job, Lunar.
Hey, about a hack.
Yeah. So yeah, like and of course Happy's not gonna let him fall. He's a
He's still a good guy, despite being freakishly looking.
but I'm Tish. Yeah, and yeah, of course, like Tony's gonna like says that like they'll try to fix this, which again, like a easy way to like say that this is canon by saying like no, Tony fixed him, just like in the comics. And Hammer just goes, oh man, like he just freaking like he just stole, like he acts like a kid who just like was caught trying to steal a Christmas cookie.
Oh Lord, could you imagine if Thor showed up and, oh my god, I forgot this part.
Yeah, Thor actually does show up, and I'm just like, what exactly do you think he was doing here? Because again, we saw what the other Avengers were up to. What do you think Thor was up to?
I have a theory.
Well, let's see here. Well, go ahead. I have mine.
Yeah.
He took up his dad's old position.
Oh yeah, maybe like he's
actually, one thing. It wasn't before. It was actually in mythology. It actually was Thor, not just Odin, that did presents in Yuletide.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, like so maybe like he's probably just doing Yuletide at the time at Asgard. Though I still love to think there.
I just like
yeah.
I'm just picturing Thor and what dost thou wish, our Earthchild? The destruction of Asgard. Shoot your eye out.
Yeah, like doesn't get. Yeah, like and maybe I don't know. Like there's a fun little adventure in there too. Like maybe he fights the Yule Cat or the Yule Lads or something. Like do something. Like I know people like to say would say bring in Krampus, and I'm like well DC's doing Krampus stuff. Let's do the Yule Lads for Marvel.
Yeah. That's true. Krampus is very much a Christmas. I mean, Thor is back when it was Yuletide.
Yeah.
You want something more associated with that.
So
yeah, I mean, like the Yule Lads or Gryla or something like that.
Yeah, or both. Like they both could work. I mean, hell, like both the Yule Lads.
Yule Lads are her kids.
Yeah, and also Gryla did kind of make a bit of a comeback thanks to God of War Ragnarok, as she's kind of not exactly a boss, more like a mini boss, but yeah, she's a character in there. And the Yule Lads have been cropping up a lot more in other stuff. For some, like, granted, we can't really spoil some of that stuff, but one in particular was the Netflix series Hilda, which did a really fun take on them. Anyway, that is What If Happy Hogan... Okay, so that is What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas. And, honestly for me... Again, I freaking loved it. I think it's tons of fun. I wish, I wish Marvel would do more of these holiday stuff. I mean, yeah, of course we have the Guardians Christmas special as well. But I'm also just talking about doing something, festive during the holiday season. Like, let's have a superhero story that takes place during the holiday. I know a lot of people talk about, like, Ironman 3, which, yes, that's more Christmas adjacent, because the holiday isn't a major focus in there. It's just a backdrop. Or Spider-Man No Way Home. I think the only other Christmas thing that Marvel did was Hawkeye, which I will admit is a good one. Hell, it made it official where like I could wear my Hawkeye socks and say they're Christmas socks. But I really like it. Yeah. Lunar?
I thought it was a really fun episode. Like, it's really hard to do a die-hard plot and it not be good. I'm sure that exists somewhere, but this is not one of those cases. Like, seriously, it's just great. A lot of great callbacks. And of course, just honestly, just seemed fun and happy, going full freak, and just you can tell he's having fun. You can tell everyone involved had fun with this episode. It's just infectious.
Yeah, Baron.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, yeah, 10 out of 10. Oh, maybe 9.5 out of 10 episode and all. I know, again, really would have been neat to just see Hulk and Thor also slightly contribute, if nothing else, for just more slapstick humor and all. But overall, really solid episode. And nice to see Justin Hammer actually show he can, in fact, be a threat. You just need the right story for it.
Yeah. And again, maybe we'll see him in Armor Wars whenever that frickin' comes out, because right now Marvel's not sure if it's going to be a movie or a TV show, and if Rhodey's going to be the main focus or someone else is going to be the focus, because Tony's dead, but for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's wait till after Secret Wars.
I've always said there's always AI Tony.
Yeah, there's AI Tony, or hell, maybe they'll they'll do the ballsy move and try to do Teen Tony during that weird period where like Tony was a teenager because of, time shenanigans.
I mean, Kang Kang adjacent, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
Get a new Kang in the process.
Yeah. One who's not a complete asshole. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not hard to recast Kang, but anyway, I should wrap this up. So, yeah, thanks for watching, / listening. Like, share, subscribe, and, happy holidays. And for the next one, New Year will be coming up, so we'll probably doing something, time-related. So, I don't know, a future story. We're leaning on doing Ben 10, and honestly, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like doing Ben 10.
Ben 10 it shall be, possibly.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm Biz.
I'm Captain Lunar.
I'm Baron Nightingale.
And we'll see you later.